Hello friends, today we are going to see about the concept basic concept which all are in machine learning. Machine learning. Let's see what is machine learning. A machine learning is a technology which are subset of an AI. This machine learning has so many algorithms like linear regression, logic regression, decision tree, random forest algorithm, and k-means. These kind of algorithms are present in machine learning. By using this algorithm, these algorithms are made up of statistical concept. This machine learning is provide statistical tool to analyze and summarize summarize data, and also predict data by using the previous data which are used to train these models. There are two types in machine learning. One is supervised learning and unsupervised learning, and also there is the third one. Is we saw that there are two types, and there is also another type of machine learning algorithm, that is reinforcement learning. What is difference between those three types? In supervised learning, we have predicted value, we have known predicted value, we have known predicted value. But in supervised learning, we did not know about the prediction. It will predict data depending upon the labels. For example, that means we will define input and output label. For whenever we giving a input, what will be output? This kind of data, this kind of information will provided to this algorithm. We have labeled the input data and labeled output data, so that it can easily identify which is input and which is output, depending upon that the model is trained. But in supervised learning, we did not label any data. We just give the data to the model. By understanding its data pattern, it will group the data. Let's take an example. Whenever we have a box, this box contain apple, orange, and banana. We we did not label it. We did not label the fruits. We just giving the box to the supervised learning model. He just saw all the fruit, the apple, a group of apples having some kind of similarities. For example, a apple uh, have a red color, and its shape is like in some form. For example, there is a group of orange. The orange, a group of oranges some colors, and it's in a perfect round shape. But when compared to apple it's not in a perfect round shape, but orange is mostly in a perfect round shape. And there is a group of banana. The bananas has a specific structure, and there is a specific color. By looking at these patterns, colors, and structure, the model will group the fruit. Like this, supervised learning will be happen. In reinforcement learning, it was an advanced concept. It will train depend upon try, error, and again try. It will happen in a loop. It will predict and data. When I predicted it, the predictor, it will make a decision. It will make a decision, and depending upon decision, the action was made. But the action was made. When the action was not satisfied, it's then make another decision. When then that decision also then do some performance. Even after doing that performance also, the decision was bad, it again made another decision. Like this, again it make the decision and do some action. After doing that action, the action will give a reward. Depending upon the reward will be positive or negative. When it is positive, it will go further. When it is negative, it again go back to the previous decision, and make another decision, and do some task. Like this, the reinforcement learning, depending upon action it made, it will be train itself. Okay, today we are going to see about supervised learning. In supervised learning, there are two concepts. One is regression, and another one is classification. Okay, we saw that there are two types of supervised learning. One is regression and another one is classification. In regression, there are some kind of algorithms. The first one is linear regression. Linear regression and decision tree. Decision tree. Random forest. Random forest. Adapt boost. Gradient boost. These are all are regression model, and there is some classification model like logistic regression, SVM, and KNN. These all are classification model under supervised learning. In unsupervised learning, there is also some kind of algorithms are there. One is k-mean. Means, and there is another algorithm is called DB-scan, and that is collaborative filtering. These are supervised learning models. Okay. For those models, for supervised model, to train to build an supervised model, or it can be it can be unsupervised model. There will be the procedure. First, we need to identify a problem, and we need to gather data for that problem, and then we import and process the data. And we split the data. Into training, testing, and for validation. For these three concepts, we need to split the data, and using training data, we need to train the model, and then we train the model and evaluate it, and then we deploy the model, and after deployment we make decision by using the model. We make prediction or decision. This is the overall structure to create an ML model. Okay. By in between the to follow these steps, okay, to make this process, there is some procedures and some techniques will be done during this model building. These are preparing data. That means we gathering data. and then we do EDA process, that means exploratory analysis. In this exploratory data analysis, we, after preparing the data, we do some EDA process. In EDA process, we summarize the data, and we clean the data, and we do some feature engineering or feature selections. That means in feature engineering, we remove missing values, and whenever a data which having an error, we need to clear it, or we need to rectify it, or we can easily remove the data. Like this kind of steps will be happening in feature engineering. In feature selection, we need to select the data which all can be useful for the trained model. Some data will be helpful, some data will be not helpful for model building. Some bad data will be affect the model. To remove that bad kind of data, we will use some techniques called feature selection. And after some media process, we build and train the model. Then we optimize and evaluate the model by using some performance matrix. For supervised learning and for classification problem and regression problem. For both of those problems, there is some kind of performance metric. For linear regression, for regression problems, we have R square, adjacent R square, mean square error, mean absolute error. Like these kind of performance metrics are there. These performance metrics are used to whether the model is, to evaluate the model is good or not. For an classification problem, there is also some kind of matrices are there. For classification, there is F1 score and confusion matrix, and these kind of matrix are used for to find whether the model is good or whether the classification model are good or not. We can use these matrices to check the performance of a classification model. This is the overall flow of an after doing evaluation, when the model is not properly predicted the input data or testing data, it will again retrain until the model is getting a good accuracy. This will happen again and again. After a model is giving good accuracy, then the model is deployed and used and go to the production sector. Okay. Thank you, friends. We can see, we already saw some algorithms, like we already saw linear regression, and we already saw Yesterday we saw that we saw about XGBoost. Totally two algorithms are over. We can see all other example in upcoming days. Thank you.